You know what that sound means? It's another episode of Game for a Movie, where we ask, are you game for a movie? God, I was thrown off. Damn it.
What happened?
I lost the momentum.
I was so hyped.
Did I really just make you break that
Yes,
easily?
you did.
I wasn't trying to.
You did. Damn it.
Well,
All right. Well, I'm not even drunk yet. This is a problem.
Right.
I'm your host, Mike. I am joined by
Mitchell.
Andre.
Hi, friends.
Hey.
So
Hey.
Andre and I are together in Bristol, Connecticut. Mitchell, you are across the country. We are making this across time zones.
We have the technology.
We have the technology.
Yeah, what's it like 3 hours in the future, guys? I'm so curious.
Bro, it sucks. I hate time zones.
Bro,
Time zones
it
can
sucks.
fuck off. I think we should just all unify in a singular time zone.
I've got one spoiler for you. Bees. That's it. Bees.
Oh God.
Yeah, the
3
murder
hours.
the murder hornets are on this side of the coast, the country now. They're gonna come. Yep. You thought it was
I moved
over,
just
but-
in time.
God escaped it, but you did
Mhm.
not. Mitchell, well, I guess I'll start, actually. Sorry. Because we
Yeah.
always go in order. What are we drinking? I have a Love Note Dippa, which is from Black Hog Brewing. Mosaic Citra, Extra Hazy, Double Dry Hopped, Double India Pale Ale. Black Hog Brewing is in Oxford, Connecticut, and it's one of my favorite places. In fact, one of my buddies works as the brewmaster there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
no
how-
way.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so I am drinking Nespresso. This one is the hazelnut muffino. I don't know how they want me to pronounce it, but it tastes like hazelnut muffin, and it's delicious.
Nice.
Muffino.
Excellent.
It's the Muffino.
The muffino. I love that.
Andre, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm doing a mix of both my uppers and my downers. I have some Rebel Dog coffee with me. I'm drinking that. And then to pair with that, I have this nice counterweight headway IPA.
Love it.
The old standard.
Gold standard.
But also, I have another bottle with me, and I need to nerd out for a second because while I was grabbing coffee, I, on a lark, decided to go to the liquor store nearby, and I found it's a bottle of rum. It's called Denizen Merchant's Reserve 8-year rum. Okay. And the reason I'm so torqued up about this is that this is the first time I've seen this bottle in Connecticut.
Okay.
And this bottle is like a blend of Jamaican and Martinique rums, and that means that it's kind of specially designed for cocktails.
Okay.
It's just, like basically designed for a Mai Tai.
Nice.
And like all these, like, you know, Jill got me this tiki book for Christmas, and like they basically said, get this rum if you can find it right away. Just grab it and use it in your drink is gonna be awesome.
Get it for everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm torqued up about it because I just looked it up.
Not just worked up about it.
Torqued up.
Twerked up about it.
Because I went to their site and they're like, there is no bottles in a 50-mile radius of in Connecticut. And I saw it on the duty-free shop when we left New Orleans at the airport. And I almost got a bottle there.
You should have.
Anyways,
Ooh.
Oak Barrel Spirits had the hookup.
Nice.
I'm very happy about it, and I will
Oak
be
Barrel
making
Spirits.
myself a Mai Tai later tonight.
Nice.
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's my cocktail.
That's why you support your local liquor store, guys.
Yes,
you know?
it is.
You go out there,
Absolutely.
you'll find some gems.
Yeah. The
Always good.
guy, when he sold to me, he's like, if you need more, and I'm pretty sure you'll need more, just call me and I'll set aside some bottles. I'm like,
That's
yes.
awesome. Oh my God, I love that.
I'm so pumped.
I may need some of that rum because we're going to talk about a bad movie.
Ooh.
This bad movie I watched last night. It took me 3.5 hours to finish an 1.5-hour movie because I just needed to stop.
Yes, been there.
I've been calling this guys' night. And what kind of movies do guys like the most?
Action movies.
Yeah, action.
Chick flicks.
Okay, great.
Chick
We're gonna
flicks,
do
of
a
course.
romantic comedy.
I love chick flicks.
Boys,
Unironically, let's go.
it is dick flick time.
I love it.
Okay, I am in on a dick flick. Let's go.
I didn't think I Love You Man was that bad. What?
I love You, Man. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, it's great.
So the movie I chose is also because of the timing of the year. We were recording this on the Saturday before the Oscars and the Raspberry Awards, the Golden Raspberries.
Yes, my
And
favorite.
so I decided to take a movie that has won a Golden Raspberry and an actor or actress that has won a Golden Raspberry. All About Steve.
Okay.
All about. Have I seen this?
All
Hold
About
on.
Steve.
Why does that sound familiar, Mike?
We've got Sandra Bullock, who
Oh my
who
God.
was the second person to accept her Golden Raspberry.
Wasn't the first Halle Berry, right?
Yeah, first was Halle Berry,
Okay, for
and she
Catwoman,
gave
yeah.
all the members of the Golden Raspberry Awards that were there a DVD copy of All About Steve.
Wow. Okay.
That is
Isn't this the same year Wait, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you say it.
This is the same year she won the Oscar for The Blind Side.
Oh wow.
Oh my god, that's why I remember
wow.
this.
It also has Thomas Hayden Church,
Yep.
Bradley Cooper, and
Oh,
This is
Ken
quite
Jeong,
the
no.
poster.
yeah. This is also the first time that Ken Jeong and Bradley Cooper were on the screen together. That later that year, The Hangover came out.
Wow.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Wow.
yeah, all about Steve. Just a little bit of plot before I get into the points.
Side note, you know it's going to be good when it says from the producer of Miss Congeniality.
God
That's
damn it.
Just one.
This one.
Just the one.
And I feel bad for Sandra Bullock because we've done 2 movies for her now, but Speed 2 she couldn't get out of.
Right, Speed 2 is not her fault.
Speed 2 is not her fault.
Not her fault.
This one was.
We did Bird Box too, right?
Huh?
Early on. We did Bird Box as well, right? Way back.
We did, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah,
I think
right,
we
it
were just
wasn't-
talking about
okay.
this.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we have a lot of Bullock on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So all about Steve. If you don't know, he's a cameraman for CCN.
Okay.
You know,
Nice. Way to get around the legality there.
Yep.
Cool.
So basically, he and his reporter go across the country, which is played by Thomas Hayden Church. He also went on a date with Sandra Bullock, and she's obsessed with him. That's the basic plot of it.
Okay.
Basic plot. Okay. So we meet our character, Mary. She's a what was the word? I can't remember the word. She's a crossword puzzle maker. I can't remember the exact word.
Crossword puzzle artiste? Crossword puzzle.
No, it was like a cultivist or something.
Cultivist?
Yeah.
Cultivator?
Yeah, whatever it was.
What?
She had like a press badge that had it on there even.
Oh, so that's her. She is this for a big paper or
the Sacramento Press?
Okay.
Yes. So this takes place in Sacramento to start.
Hey man, crosswords are an important.
So they're calling her a crossword puzzle writer on the Wikipedia of All About Steve.
That would make writer feels right to me.
But we'll use that term. But there was a term she had for herself that was like supposed to be her smart and everything like that. So gotcha. She doesn't go on dates. You know, she hasn't really seen anybody in a while. She wears red boots. That is a standard. She wears them everywhere, and basically there's more to that.
I'm thinking like the red cowboy boots from How I Met Your Mother, if you remember those.
They're not cowboy boots. They're like almost rain boots, but they're like a little more go-go-y.
Little galoshes.
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay.
A little more go-go-y.
Was she pulling them off, Mike? Would you say she's pulling them off?
Except for the end.
Okay.
Oh, are you talking about pulling them off, like pulling them off?
No, as in like
she was not pulling them off.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like,
she's eccentric and a little strange.
Oh no! Did you spoil her character arc? Now I'm totally. I can't. I'm totally out now.
This movie loves its voiceover, and the voiceover that gets us started is crosswording is the most fun a person can have without passing out.
Okay. Huh.
I disagree.
No.
I would put Minesweeper up there.
Yeah, right.
Minesweeper probably edges it out just a little.
I don't know. I get intense in Minesweeper. I pass out sometimes. Yeah. So she lives at home with her parents. She goes to a career day and starts arguing with the kids because they're calling her out for being a single nerd. And basically, she decides to say, "I have sex" to all these kids. So that happens.
Great.
Yeah. I found a drinking game for this.
Oh.
Drink anytime there's a joke about her red boots. Drink anytime they mention crosswording. And drink anytime there's voiceover. I gave up halfway through because I was feeling it. I was feeling pretty good.
Mike, are you a New York Times mini crossword doer? Like, do you have the app?
I have the app. Yeah, I like crosswords. Yeah. I don't do it every day.
I used to, and Wordle has supplanted that routine for me.
Right.
Like, Wordle is just more bite-sized for me. I know the mini crossword's already bite-sized. You can do it in whatever under a minute.
No, but I like the Wordle too.
That's
yeah. And that's why New York Times got it.
Yeah.
In a modern version of this story, she would be a Wordle editor.
A Wordle wizard.
Well, she can
Wordle dude.
Yeah, she can fuck off for today's Wordle.
Yeah, right. No, today's Wordle fucking sucked. No spoilers.
Hey, I got it. I
I got it too,
I
but
did
it took me till 6.
I don't share this, but I don't share it when I get the results, but I still haven't missed. I've gotten to 6 a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't missed yet.
No, I'm still on my streak. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have like dedicated
Bravo.
world dump chats now.
Yeah, right.
I don't pollute the mixed chats anymore, if that makes sense, right? It's like, all right, everybody's playing Wordle, just dump your Wordle emojis in there.
Yes.
Whatever.
So the music for this is Beck. Beck made the music for
Oh, really?
this. And I said, why
I like
Beck? Why?
Beck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
no,
Beck
I
too.
do too.
No.
Why did he lower his standards?
Now I'm right. Damn it.
She has mentioned a lot of times, I have a date, a blind one, like a lot of times already.
Okay.
And we're not even 5 minutes in yet. Of
Mhm.
course, this date is Steve. She was set up, Steve's parents and Mary's parents set them up on a blind date. And Steve is very attractive because it's Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper, right? Yeah, okay, cool.
But it gets better. Frosted Tips, Bradley Cooper.
Oh, no. Okay.
This
When
is
did this
the
movie come
era.
out? 2009?
2009.
That's a little
Look at
weird.
that.
That era.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely, he's bleached up a little bit.
It's a weird time in Bradley's career when this is post Alias, right? When he had like a pretty strong supporting role there.
Yep.
And then he was in The Wilderness, which I guess this was a part of. And then you have like The Hangover coming out,
right.
and then his career renaissance happens. But
Yep.
insane.
So she sees that he's hot and she runs back upstairs, like needs to change, needs to do up her hair a little more and that kind of stuff. Cause she was just like, I'm just going on this date, whatever, to appease my parents. But now she sees he's hot and she's like, okay, I gotta go back up. She's talking to her pet hamster the whole time. And it's just a little weird because the hamster is actually even given like facial features. Like he kind of like that kind of stuff. It's weird.
Okay.
But I think he's just, I don't know. So they get in the car and they're gonna go out on this date, and she like looks back, sees a baseball, and goes, "Oh, he's not gay," which made me laugh hysterically because it was part of it was she was worried that he was going to be gay, and that's why the parents set him up.
Okay.
To kind of try to get him to go on a date or whatever.
All right. 2009.
Yeah. So they get in the car. He starts talking to her, and basically she's like, "He's hot as fuck. Fuck me now." And like tries it. So she has the seatbelt on and she gets like choked by the seatbelt and she undoes the seatbelt and climbs on top of him.
Okay.
What is this movie rated?
PG-13. It does not get naked.
God.
It does not get naked. So she's like just going to town making out with him. He's like, "Aren't you worried about your parents? Like we're right outside." That
so he's into it. He's fine with it.
He's okay with it.
Okay.
Until they get in the back and she just can't stop talking about facts, like whatever facts. But there's also funny parts. This is the funniest part of the movie, probably. She like is talking to him about these facts of like.
So that's her kryptonite because she builds so many crossword puzzles. She has all these little useless information. So constantly building crossword puzzles in her mind, like some sort of Sisyphusian, like I don't even know.
One of the reviews on IMDb said, "Is she supposed to be autistic? Are we supposed to find this funny?"
Right.
That is one of the reviews, and it kind of agree because she just like knows everything.
Okay.
But one of the funniest parts is why she's spewing these facts. She grabs his hand and like puts it on her boob. And it's like full on like make out boob, that kind of stuff. But then she kind of like gets too much and he pretends he has a phone call and he needs to go to Boston right away for his job because there's breaking news to get away from her.
Wow. Okay.
So date doesn't happen.
Where is this taking place now? How far is Boston from there?
This is Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I need to get on a flight for breaking news. Yeah. Okay.
As she's walking out of the car, she grabs Twinkie trash because she's like, "Oh, he likes Twinkies," and she stuffs it in her bra. Yep. That happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What? All right.
Yep. Well, so she's like feeling all this love. Basically, though, what he said when he was in the news van, like he kind of was, "Oh, I wish you could come with me, but no, like I gotta go and you have your job and everything like that." So she's on cloud 9 and the next day's crossword puzzle is all about Steve. Steve's hair color, Steve's eye color, Steve's favorite food.
Wait, literally dead ass. Like she put like
literally
Steve's eye color.
Yes,
there it is. Like
yeah. So like it's like a montage of people looking at the crossword puzzle, going like, "This is fucking impossible."
Yeah.
What the hell were they thinking?
So, I like that the whole entire city of Sacramento was in uprest because the crossword puzzle was kind of difficult.
And even her manager was just like, "We can't have a crossword every day of the week. We do it weekly." And even he's like, "The crossword puzzle had more viewers than I thought. You're fired." Because of course she was.
Okay.
But she takes it as a sign. She's like, "Well, he said, I wish you could come with me." And now she's fired and doesn't have to do her job, so she can come with him. So she finds out where the news is, which is in, I can't remember where the first, Tucson. I can't remember what the news story was. It wasn't that big a deal. But basically, it's a reporter who's trying to get an anchor job, played by Thomas Hayden Church.
Got it.
Their field producer, Ken Jeong, and then cameraman, Bradley Cooper. Also, the manager.
How is Brad the cameraman?
Yeah,
no
Brad's
offense.
the guy behind the camera, not in front of it.
Yeah, especially and like
sense.
Thomas Hayden Church is not an ugly man.
No, he's not. No, he's
no.
Bradley Cooper is more.
Yeah.
If I were to do a ranking,
yeah, right.
Bradley Cooper, Thomas Hayden Church, Ken Jeong, and not because of anything other than Ken Jeong. Plus, he has an awkward haircut in this movie.
Well, right.
Ken Jeong naturally being the hottest in that ranking.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
okay,
you don't want to establish too many I don't even know, unrealistic expectations for your viewers. So he's out of the running,
At this point, when she shows up in Tucson and he kind of sees her there, I have accepted one of two things. Either he's going to accept her weirdness and they'll fall in love, or she's going to murder him. There's no in between. That is what I've said at this point.
Yep. Sounds about right.
So basically, on the way to Tucson, she's riding in this bus, and the bus driver, she's spewing all these facts and everything like that, and the bus driver's annoyed with her. So they're like, "We're going to take a bathroom break at this diner." She climbs off the bus, and then she closes the bus, or the bus driver closes the door and drives off. So she's left at this diner on the way to Tucson. She goes to the diner and she's like, "I need to find a ride. When's the next bus come?" And they're like, "Days. The buses don't come often enough." I don't believe it, but whatever.
Sure, right.
So she agrees to ride in a truck with this truck driver. First, she doesn't agree right away because she's kind of like, "Don't murder or rape me. And if you do," and she's like, "Can I see your driver's license?" So he hands her his driver's license.
That's a bold move by him. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know, right?
So he hands her his driver's license, and she takes a Sharpie and writes on her arm the driver's license number. She goes, "If you murder me, now you have to bury me in several different locations so that they can't find out it was you."
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I could. No. Okay, cool. How is this played for laughs, Mike? Like,
Supposedly.
It feels so awkward.
It's all cringy.
Yeah,
it's
right.
all
This
cringy.
is like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Supposedly this is a comedy.
God.
yeah. Okay. What's your laugh out loud count right now, if you can remember?
2.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of them may be an awkward laugh at "Please don't rape or murder me."
Mhm.
And it was just kind of like a
Yeah.
who says
right?
that?
Like it was just right.
And the other one was the boob thing, because that was kind of funny. Because that is like the best scene in the movie, and we're past it already.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. So they get to Tucson, so she's spewing all these facts in the truck, and he's just like, "We're gonna play the quiet game." But at the end, finds her kind of endearing, even though she's weird. At the end, when they get to Tucson, she jumps out of the truck and goes, "Thank you for not raping me." And he goes, "My pleasure." Like, obviously, I'm not going to rape you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
She starts running to wherever Steve is. And I've also said that Steve is the worst cameraman ever. He's just not focused at all on anything. At this time, we hear for the third time, "Short Skirt and a Long Jacket." They paid for the rights to that song,
And they
are going to beat it over the head
There you go.
Why that
You
song?
got to get your money's worth.
I don't know. So Tucson is basically cleared out. Besides, like, Steve catches a glimpse of her as their truck is driving away, and it's just like, is that Mary? And it's really weird. He also gave her his umbrella, so she has the umbrella the entire movie, by the way.
Okay.
To bring back the umbrella.
Mm.
So she gets to Tucson and she's like, where'd everybody go? Oh, there's breaking news in Oklahoma. There's this girl, Peggy, who was born with a third leg, and there is a dispute between the mother and the father. The mother wants to get surgery to remove the third leg. The father wants to keep the third leg. And of course, there's protesters.
What?
Yes.
How is this? What?
Yeah, I'm just confused. So this is like
this is a news story.
Is this just a bit in the movie?
Yes. Yeah. And they call her Peggy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. 3-leg Peggy. So basically that's where Mary runs into Steve and is just like, Steve, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, oh, and kind of freaks out because, you know, he's
get
being
a restraining
stalked.
order on this lady.
Yeah. He's being stalked. And she was like, I took it as a sign when you said I should be with you, and I got fired from my job. And he's like, what? You got fired from your job? What? And she goes, yeah, I made the crossword puzzle all about you. And he's like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
Media badge. I'm getting through the media thing.
Yeah, right.
So she gets stopped by a bouncer, and like he's talking with the bouncer's just like, no, go join your protester friends. She joins the pro-leg protesters because they have better food.
So is this just like a dumb pro-life, pro-choice joke thing?
I guess what? It's also to get her friends.
It's also what? Sorry?
To get her friends.
Get her friends. Okay, got it. Because we need to have more than two main characters in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
We need friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The news guy, played by Hayden Thomas Church, his name is Hartman.
Hartman.
Yeah, so I'm going to call him Hartman. Hartman Hughes.
Hartman Hughes. Oof.
I like that.
From The Edge.
That's a newsman's name. Okay.
That's a newsman.
I buy that.
Superhero name. You know, it's a Marvel newsman's name.
Well, Hartman Hughes, his catchphrase is, this has been Hartman Hughes from The Edge. It's cheap.
Oh, shit.
So he's trying to become an anchor. She spouted a bunch of facts to him, and basically he was able to use that in the news story, and so he looked smarter. So he's kind of like, okay, let's keep this girl around because she's like so smart and knows all these things.
So his whole scheme is that he's gonna use her to catapult himself up to the top.
Yes,
with her bountiful knowledge of random facts.
Yes.
I don't see how this is gonna pan out well for him, but sure.
He also said to her at one point, because I needed this exact quote, "You rest those pretty little mouth pillows."
Oh, that's
mouth pillows.
Mouth pillows.
That's a line.
Okay, so how old is Sandra Bullock's character supposed to be? She's supposed to be like in her 40s or something, or 30s?
Probably 30.
Because the whole question of this, right? It's a rom-com. She's single.
Yeah.
And they are giving you so many reasons as to why she is still single. And it feels to me that they're really beating us over the head with this, and nothing else has happened in the movie.
Right.
No, they've just made her weird. And there's been like 16 red boots jokes.
So the whole
great.
All of the jokes are, look at how awkward Sandra Bullock is.
Yeah.
That's the humor.
Yep.
So far.
Yep.
Sweet.
It doesn't get better.
Definitely doesn't sound like it would get old after 20 minutes.
So the guys are talking in the tent, and they both have big gulps. I don't know why they have big gulps.
Like brought to you by
it's
whatever.
product placement.
Yeah.
It's total product placement. They finish the news story. The father and mother have agreed that they're going to keep the leg because it makes her unique. They've agreed to terms.
Okay, great.
So now the next story is a tornado in Galveston. So they have to drive to Galveston. So Mary starts running alongside the news van to figure out where they're going next. And Hartman's just like, oh yeah, we're going to Galveston. We have this big storm. You should come with. And he's like, what facts do you know about Galveston? She starts spewing the facts. And basically she's just running alongside this van the whole time, spewing these facts.
Like Peter Parker at the beginning of Spider-Man 1 style? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's running alongside the van. And like there's a part where she gets like dehydrated because she's running and talking. So Hartman literally grabs a big gulp and gives it to her to drink while she's running alongside the van.
Wow.
And then they're like, okay, we're off to Galveston. See you there. And so she goes back to the protesters, and there are two characters, Elizabeth and Howard. Elizabeth, we didn't know her name was Elizabeth, and Howard is DJ Qualls.
Okay.
Basically she's explaining like this is supposed to be the big, like he's gonna fall in love with me, that kind of stuff. So we need to get to Galveston. And Howard, played by DJ Qualls, is like, well, I have a gremlin. Let's take the gremlin.
A gremlin?
Yes.
What? I don't understand.
Oh, do you know what a gremlin is?
No, I don't.
A gremlin is a very now defunct car.
Okay, I'll Google it so I can have it.
Is that because you fed it after midnight?
Yes.
Right.
Or
yeah.
Gremlin car.
This.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah. Okay.
So he has a gremlin, and he's like, I'm gonna drive us to Galveston. Mind you, they're going into the heart of a storm.
Very cool.
And of course, how bad can this storm be? Is the line.
So bad. It's going to be awful.
Somebody in the movie says, how bad can the storm be? Very cool.
I'll let you rue over that because we got to take a break. But first, we're going to give a shout out to the podcast that got it correct. It's your next favorite movie. It's monthly deep dive for movie reviews. We're going to play his promo, and then we will see you on the other side of the break.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Josh G, host of the Your Next Favorite Movie podcast. Each week, I will bring on a guest to discuss their favorite movie. We'll talk about why it's a great movie. We'll talk about sequels if it had any, sequels they may want to see, and we'll even cover the dreaded remake. So be sure to subscribe to us anywhere you get your podcast, and follow us on social media at YNF Movie Pod. And remember, check back every week, because you never know when you may come across your next favorite movie.
And we're back. So the three characters, Elizabeth, Howard, and Mary, are in the Gremlin, driving to Galveston. In a better movie, I think these three could be very likable because they're a little enjoyable. They have some back and forth and everything like that. But in this movie, they're all terrible stereotypes.
Yeah. Okay.
Howard makes famous heads of people out of apples.
Okay.
That he sells out of his car,
the
Gremlin.
Great.
Elizabeth, we don't even know her name, and she's just basically a dumb protester. That is like her bit.
Great. That she's dumb and she just protests just to protest.
Exactly.
Okay.
We don't know what she does or anything.
She's
like
offended
that.
to be offended. Or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. She loves the fact that Mary knows all these facts. Like they actually really enjoy Mary's company.
Okay. Good for Mary.
Yeah. At this point, you kind of feel a little love thing happening between Howard and really both of the girls, Elizabeth and Mary. He kind of flirts with both of them. So I was thinking to myself at this might be awkward, like at the end. So the three are driving to Galveston. All of a sudden, tornado. Huge tornado.
Oh my God. It is Twister.
So the three get stuck. The Gremlin won't work anymore because it won't reverse because it's a 1978 Gremlin.
It's a Gremlin. Okay.
So they decide to hide in a storm drain to wait out the tornado.
Okay.
The tornado takes the Gremlin and throws it 50 miles away.
Right. It's gone. The Gremlin has been removed from the movie.
The Gremlin has been removed, and they haven't made it to
Galveston
yet.
Tragic.
Yes, very tragic. Meanwhile, our reporter dude is against the sea waves, dealing with the rain and getting yelled at by the manager of the news station because they didn't get footage of the tornado, but yet Mary was there. And they all know about Mary because like apparently Bradley Cooper has talked about this being the worst date ever or whatever. So yeah, that happens. And that's really it for Galveston. So we move on. That's really it.
Okay.
They're stuck without a car. The news van leaves and they have to cover this news story because they're the closest. And the news story. So it flashes to the scene of like 15 school kids on a field trip and like 3 supervisors I guess, but it's not really what I want to say. Chaperones. Yeah, there it is. Jesus.
This movie's melting your brain.
Yeah, and they're about to go to this Plume Funland in southern Plume. I don't know what the state was even.
Okay.
But it's obviously close to Galveston. All of a sudden, these 15 kids fall into an abandoned mine shaft. The ground collapses.
I'm sorry, what?
The ground collapses, and all these 15 kids are in there.
How did the mine shaft get into this? I don't understand.
They just fall.
Okay.
And because our team,
we're Goonies now? Like I don't
because our team is the closest, they get to report on the story.
Okay.
Because they basically Keith David, the manager of the news station, is just like, I'm not going to.
Wait, Keith David is the manager?
Yeah. Did you not hear me say that earlier?
No, I didn't. I totally.
Keith David is. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the kids not only are it's 15 kids in a mine shaft.
Yep.
They're also deaf.
Oh, okay. That's a spin.
For any good reason, Mike, or are they just
right.
deaf?
Just deaf.
Are there any bad? I'm sure are there any problematic bad deaf jokes or?
No, actually,
okay.
they're actually pretty okay with the deaf.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good, I guess.
Yeah.
So
we're
deaf on a field trip.
Yes. Yeah.
In a mine shaft.
Now in a mine shaft because they were headed to this like fun park, and
they have to go over an abandoned mine shaft to get it.
Apparently, and the ground collapses.
And the ground was clearly.
And the kids fall.
That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yep. Yep. So, basically, Bradley Cooper is in disguise at this point.
Well, what? For why?
Because he's hiding from Mary.
Oh, okay, got it. All right.
But his disguise looks like Aaron Rodgers regularly.
Oh my God. Okay. That's definitely.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, he's hiding the frosted tips, so that's
he's hiding the frosted tips.
Yeah, you couldn't recognize him without the frosted tips.
Yeah, so that's it.
The wig is enough.
Yeah. So they get to wherever Plume is. I don't remember how Mary and the rest of them got there. They got there somehow.
They teleported from the storm drain. That's the last time we've seen them. Right?
Oh no, the gremlin worked. That's what it was. The gremlin was in pieces, but they got it to work. So basically, like she's holding on to the window, and like
Jesus Christ, what?
Elizabeth is holding on to the door, and so they get to Plume, and they're all like, they hear the story and everything like that, and Hartman's basically being the worst because he's just antagonizing Mary about the fact that she's made it here and everything like that. This is the part where I'm like, the best part about this movie is the white teeth, because at least everybody had like super white teeth.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
So
brought to you by.
So basically, Mary's like, I see Steve, I'm gonna run and get him, and we're gonna fall in love, and that'll be the end of the story.
Okay.
They've also rescued all the kids at this point.
Okay, so that plot point is just resolved.
Well, so they rescue them with like this crane, and like the fire like a firefighter goes down, brings them up.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they didn't do the saving. The kid, they report the saving.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
So Mary sees Steve, starts running towards him, not paying attention to where she's going. Guess who falls in the mine shaft?
Uh-oh.
If you remember the trailer, this was included in the trailer. Steve.
Okay.
Oh, so this happens during like the climax of the movie.
Yes, she's now stuck in there.
Oh goodness.
I put Mary fell in the fucking hole.
The pits of despair.
Also, they put her in red boots just to make fun of them all movie, because like then all the news stations are making fun of her red boots and the fact that she didn't see the hole. So you know what's going to happen. They're going to pull her out with the crane. Nope. The crane snaps.
Ooh.
So she's stuck down there, but she's not alone.
Hmm.
There's one more deaf kid down there.
So they just left
Oh,
it
no.
down there?
I was just like, these teachers are the worst teachers.
Yeah.
Like, you knew you had 15
You
kids.
didn't get a head count when you got rescued?
You
Like,
know you have 15 kids and I see 14 kids.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Jeez, what happened to the buddy system?
Yeah.
Come on.
So they're stuck in the thing. Mary's trying to find all these ways to get out. She can't find a way. Now we learn through news position there's a problem. There's too much carbon dioxide down there. So if they keep inhaling it, they
They're gonna
might
pass out and die.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide?
Carbon dioxide is what they said.
Okay.
Yes, they said dioxide. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be monoxide, right?
Okay. Yeah, I would say I would
I
assume.
thought so.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna
though.
look this up.
I don't know how
I'm not
abandoned
a
mine
scientist.
shafts work.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm not a
right.
scientist.
When I think carbon and oxygen being dangerous, I think carbon monoxide rather than just CO2. But if there's no oxygen, then whatever.
Right. Well, so meanwhile on the surface, Hartman is talking to the protesters because they're not protesters, but they call them protesters. Basically, they're doing a candlelight vigil for Mary because they need to get her out of the cave. It's led by Elizabeth and Howard.
Wait, well, with the candlelight vigil is just that they've accepted that she's already dead?
No,
or?
like they're like praying that she's alive. and everything
okay,
like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
So they're having this thing, and Hartman goes over and talks to them to try to figure out details about Mary because he just wants to use her as a news story. This is the big story that's going to get him the anchor desk.
Okay.
And they call him out, and they're just like, "You're just using her. You're like a terrible human being."
He's
all
a
this
reporter from
stuff.
Die Hard at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and he's definitely like it.
That's what
it
I have in my
fits.
head this whole
It
time,
fits,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it fits. So I put, is this just an allegory for the fact the media lies? And I think it is because like every one of them has lied at some point.
Gotcha.
Very deep.
Guys, quick fact check. Carbon dioxide is actually correct when it comes to the level of, dangerous gas for people inside caves. Carbon dioxide.
There we go.
Okay.
So good on this movie for being accurate.
I'm glad they have the deaf kid down there, and I know that sounds mean, but if the deaf kid wasn't down there, I would say fucking die, Mary.
You only wanted to be safe so the deaf kid could be saved?
I want the deaf kid to be saved,
Okay.
not Mary.
All right.
Like she sacrifices herself. Okay, cool. The reason that we learn the reason why she wears the boots.
Oh, okay.
Again, they've made another boot joke.
Yep.
She feels in her toes like it's 10 friends on a camping trip. That is what she says.
What?
We get no explanation. Just 10 friends on a camping trip.
What?
I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
what?
Okay.
Each of the toes is a friend.
Yes.
And inside the boot, those friends are now in a tent, right? And she doesn't
Yes.
have any friends. So she has 10 friends on her feet. Did I get that
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Sick.
Sure.
Nice. Subtext.
Okay. So it's like literally like that
Yeah.
SpongeBob thing, like where he's all on his house and he counts on
Yeah.
his fingers all his friends.
Gang's
all
all
here.
here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah. I also made a note at this point. We're almost at the end. Don't worry. I made a note at this point. This is the same fucking year she won for The Blind Side. This cannot be said enough.
Oh my God.
Like I've never seen a duality of man more than Sandra Bullock in 2009. Because The Blind Side, she was excellent. All About Steve, she was the worst.
Right.
Yeah.
How are the performances so far in this movie?
Not great.
Yeah. Okay.
Not great.
All right.
Yeah, the only one who does a good job. Well, all right, not the only one, but the only ones I actually care for are Ken Jeong and Thomas Hayden Church as Hartman Hughes because he actually has a moment.
Okay.
So this is the moment. Hartman feels bad that he's just been using Mary to like get the anchor job, get the facts, and he's been torturing Steve because he's basically been like aiding her stalking. So he gets the bright idea. He's going to grab the hose off the fire truck, run into the hole, and bring them back out.
Okay.
Okay.
And does it work?
Problem is the hose isn't attached to anything.
Oh.
Oh
Hartman's
no.
down in the
Oh,
thing too.
what a cavalcade of errors.
Yes. Which is funny because meanwhile, Mary found this mine car and this cable is basically like wrapped around like a pulley. So she has figured out if you put this many rocks in this mine car and push it down.
What the fuck is this Zelda dungeon puzzle bullshit?
Yeah, right.
Like what?
It will lift them up
Okay.
so they can at least get out of the hole.
That is literally a video game ass solution.
Yeah.
Like what?
So I made the note, physics saves the day.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, they do this plan and it gets all three of them out.
Okay.
And Hartman takes credit for it because Mary let him. And it's just like, you should look like the hero. There's all these people that like are supporting of Mary and they feel for her and like the whole country's behind her. And it flashes to the Sacramento Press guy and he's just like, I have to hire her back now, don't I? And then it flashes to Keith David and he goes, I have to make him anchor now, don't I?
Oh, okay.
So that just solves everything.
Yep.
Except for Steve.
What to do about Steve?
Because it's all about Steve.
It's all about him.
It's all about Steve.
This movie has been decidedly less about Steve than I expected.
It has been very little about Steve, except for that he's been stalked.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically he says to her, I'm sorry I led you on. I know you're much more of a person. Like he has this whole heartfelt speech on camera because another news anchor was like reporting the fact that she's like, for lesser terms, basically autistic.
Okay.
But basically like making fun of her because like she's annoying because she knows all these things, blah, blah, blah. And like Steve says to the camera and like looks at them and it's just like, no, she's different. Yeah, but we all should be respecting of her differences and blah, blah, blah. You know.
Oh, we got there.
So finally they're having their heart to heart and like she kind of realizes she has like a growing moment where she realizes Steve's not the one for her.
Okay.
Because Steve is normal and she doesn't want to be normal anymore. She wants to find somebody that's her normal is the words. And he's just like, you're not going to change your mind, right? She goes, I'm Jewish and Catholic. I'm pretty much set in stone.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
She's stubborn.
Yeah.
I guess.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on the Venn diagram of Jews and Catholics? Is that in the center there?
That's
like,
the center,
is that the overlap?
Circle gets the square. Like
yeah.
What?
Like what? You know what they say about Jews and Catholics?
Yep.
There's stuff.
No. What
like,
do they say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yep. So my final thoughts about this.
movie.
Basically, she goes back. She becomes the crossword puzzle. There's a voiceover.
She's the
that
crossword
happy.
puzzle luminary now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And basically, there's a voiceover.
Goes on to create Wordle.
Maybe.
Goes on to create Wordle. That would be
Well,
amazing.
she uses a Will Shortz quote at the end, and I don't remember what
okay.
but she literally quotes Will Shortz in her voiceover to the end of the movie. And basically, that's it. That's the end of the movie.
Great.
Ended at the hole. And so I put final thoughts. So many crosswords metaphors, so many Boots jokes, so many stalking is okay vibes.
Yep.
And so many voiceovers.
Well, it's good that they didn't end up together. I was
I'm
worried
glad that they didn't end up
that
together.
that wasn't the
stalk until you get what
I'm
you
glad that Bradley Cooper's come to Jesus moment was maybe we should treat her like a terrible person rather than I've been in love with you this whole time.
Yeah, right.
You know, it could have gone that way, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. So I don't think this movie could be made the opposite genders. A guy stalking a girl like this.
Oh,
ooh, nope.
No.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. No, there's no way you root for that character
Right.
that way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And truthfully, I wasn't rooting for the character.
Well, no.
this way
I
either.
know, but like you couldn't even pitch that. As
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
And this actually was on the blacklist, which was the most liked unused scripts. So
Yeah.
this
Most liked unused script. So this has been a script for a while. It just gets passed around. That just no one does anything with.
Yeah, it gets floated around Hollywood, and until a production company actually puts its money where its mouth is and says, "Hey, we're going to make this." And there's been a lot of great movies who have been on this list, and I guess this is not one of them.
This is
Can
not
I get
one
an
of them.
example? Actually, I've never heard of that before. That blacklist term. What's like a good movie you can think of from that was a blacklist? Like,
Let's look it up.
Yeah, I was
sorry, I
just
didn't
gonna
mean
say.
to put you guys on the spot.
No, you're good. I mean, like we just need to look it up.
Yeah.
Oh, Juno. Juno was one.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
Lars and the Real Girl, Charlie Wilson's War, Things We Lost in the Fire, Lars and the Real Girl, I said that already. Fanboys, Carnival Row, the other Bolin girl.
Blades of Glory, classic.
Sure.
In Bruges.
7 pounds. In Bruges. There you go. That's a good one.
The Wolf
500
of
Days
Wall
of
Street.
Summer.
500 Days of Summer. Okay. All right.
Men Who
Looper.
Stick Ghosts.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Wow. Okay.
The
Okay.
Social Network.
Social
Okay.
Network.
Big one.
The Road.
Wow.
The
Okay.
Road.
Okay.
I've never read or seen it, but
I
I've heard
have
good
seen it.
things.
It messed me up. Oh, Invictus. I do love that one because rugby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some good stuff on here.
There is. And then there was this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
a
amazing.
movie.
That's unfortunate.
All about Steve.
Yep.
It
Okay.
happened.
You're gonna have to rank it. Well, rate it.
Oh
rather.
yeah, I do have to rate it, don't I?
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. Toughest part is the.
Well, I'm glad we have Mitchell on the show because I think I'm giving it the old Mitchell 0. The half
Oh
a
wow.
half a red boot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Half a red boot out of 5.
Half a red boot out of 5.
Okay.
There was also, I forgot one little thing. There was a crossword at the end that was the end.
Oh, that's clever.
I'm upset. I'm upset. I wasn't that mad, and now I'm a
you're-
little more mad.
Yeah.
I'm a little more mad now.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
Yeah. You should be.
That's
Is it
pretty
worse
good.
than Yoga Hosers?
No,
Okay.
but it's close.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
This is close because this was a mean-spirited film that just does not have any funny.
Yeah. Well, this
Yeah.
this just sounded like a profoundly unfunny movie,
Yeah.
right?
And
Very
like with
boring.
Yoga Hosers, like it was just a mean movie for the sake of being a mean movie.
Sure.
I don't think they went out and said all about Steve, we're gonna make this a mean movie.
Yeah.
But
It ended
it
up being
kind of
kinda
was. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
Sandra, what are you doing?
Sandra.
What's-
Yeah.
what's
I'm
going
looking
on?
through. I'm looking through Roger Ebert.
Okay.
May he rest in peace. In his review in 2009 of this movie, he gave it 1.5 stars. So he's a little bit more lenient here,
Okay.
but nonetheless, it's a pretty scathing review.
You liked it 3 times as much as you did.
He did. He called her a crossword puzzle constructor. So I think
Structure
that
is a
was
good
the
one too.
yeah. I think
I
that's
like the
technical
alliteration.
term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adds a little bit more of a designer aspect to it in my opinion, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you got to design the crossword puzzles. You can't just come up with the facts. You got to lay them all out in an interesting way.
Right.
Sure. I want to make a crossword puzzle. I don't know enough about useless facts to do it, but that's what I have Jill for.
Yeah.
There you go.
One of the things I did not talk about. So Ken Jeong's character is called Angus.
Okay. Oh, all right. That's a name.
Ooh, I love that name.
Yeah.
And basically Hartman and Steve are fighting because Steve's just like as they're driving, he's wearing his disguise and everything like that. And Angus is losing his mind because he's just like, these guys need to stop fighting. It's going to be a long trip, blah, blah, blah. So he yells at Hartman, Hartman, for the love of God, stop tanning. You look like a cheese nip. You look like an orange with lips.
Damn.
And then he also says, and you, Geraldo, lose the wig. You look like a retired porn star. Who are you fooling? Oh, that's a great disguise, Einstein. The van's the same, dumbass.
Oh, okay.
So that was
his rant.
That was a rant. And that was probably a good one. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So I had another one. I was hoping I would find what her job was, but I did not. So
okay.
Yeah.
Can we go through the Razzies real quick from
Yes,
that
we
year?
can.
An incredible year. So it won Worst Picture, or actually, no, it did not. It was it lost Worst Picture, to Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and it was nominated alongside G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra, Land of the Lost, and Old Dogs.
Sorry,
Okay,
I'm stuck on Transformers. Is Revenge of the Fallen? Is that the third one or the second one?
Third one, I think.
Is it like Dark Side of the Moon or something?
Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon.
Excuse you.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
I think this is the second. I
Yeah.
believe this is the second.
That's the one with Transformers truck nuts. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it did win in the Worst Actress category with Sandra
Yes.
Bullock being there, obviously.
Okay.
Yep.
And then it was also nominated for Worst Director with Phil Trail, I believe is how you say his name,
Yeah.
and then Worst Screenplay, which Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen also won. Michael Bay won Worst Director. But my favorite category that they were nominated and won in was Worst Screen Couple, is Sandra Bullock and Bradley Cooper winning. The
Yeah.
other nominees,
Okay. Yep.
Kristen Stewart and either Taylor Lautner or Robert Pattinson.
Ooh.
Twilight,
Wow.
New Moon.
Yeah.
New Moon. Okay.
Nah,
The second one, yeah.
I saw that one at midnight.
Wow.
And
Really?
then
Yeah, well, I was in college and trying to impress a girl.
Yeah. Oh no.
It did
Hey,
not
man,
work.
that's the reason, man.
Did not work.
I was held captive in a Twilight relationship as
Yeah.
well. I get it.
Yep.
also nominated Shia LaBeouf and either Megan Fox or any Transformer in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen.
Any Transformer. I love that.
Damn. All right.
I ship Optimus Prime and
Shia LaBeouf.
Sam Witwicky. Is that his fucking name?
Yeah, it's
I
Sam
can't-
Witwicky.
Yeah, it's Sam Witwicky. That's
Wow,
right.
I can't
And
believe
then
I
the
know.
other, Will Ferrell and any co-star, creature or comic riff in Land of the Lost. And then my
Oh,
personal
God.
favorite, any two or more of the Jonas Brothers in Jonas Brothers, the 3D concert experience.
Damn.
That's
Damn.
amazing.
I love that category so much.
That's so good.
Well, I love the category this year. Did you see the made up one for this year?
No, what is it?
It is worst performance by Bruce Willis in a 2021 movie.
Ooh, boy, is Cosmic Sin in there?
I believe so.
Oh my God, that's my vote.
No
Obviously.
way.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that.
So it's all Bruce Willis movies that he released last year.
My guy is just cashing checks, man. Like he probably just shows up for a day, films whatever, and then leaves. So.
I just love it. They don't even have him in. Oh, I've just seen the things now. Worst picture, because we have the winners already. Do you want to know some of the winners?
sure.
Yeah.
Worst
let's hear it.
picture was Diana the Musical.
Okay.
It
Okay.
fought alongside Space Jam: A New Legacy,
Okay.
Karen, The Woman in the Window, and Infinite, the Mark Wahlberg movie.
Okay.
Ooh.
Winner of Worst Actor,
Okay, let's hear it.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
LeBron James,
What in the
Cleveland.
Matrix hell
This
is
is
this?
for you.
Oh my God.
Cleveland. Oh God.
Nominated was Ben Platt for Dear Evan Hansen too.
Oh gosh.
That's
okay.
saying something.
I mean, okay.
I don't know who that is.
LeBron
Okay.
James.
Worst supporting actor, Jared Leto for House of Gucci.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
Who's excited for Morbius?
there's a lot of Diana the Musical. They won worst director.
Okay.
Worst screen combo, Space Jam: A New Legacy, LeBron James and his son.
No.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel,
Space Jam 2.
Space Jam.
2.
Yep.
And the winner for worst performance by Bruce Willis in a 2021 picture, Cosmic Sin.
Yes. Oh God. I feel like I'm
Look
gonna
how
party.
many nominees there are, Mike. That is incredible.
It's like
Just to
8,
say
doesn't he?
2021. Yeah. 8. Now, a lot of them probably backed up because of what happened in 2020 and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
However, that's a crap ton of movies to be
Yeah,
in
it is.
Oh
for
yeah.
anyone. Oh my
Well, and, like,
Well,
half
it was
of them-
clear. It was clear that even in Cosmic Sin, like he was probably on set for a week tops. Like that. Like any more than that.
Well, and the
Probably
guy,
a
the
couple
guy
days
that did Cosmic Sin did like half of the movies for that year.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. So it was probably just like, all right, here's what we're filming this week.
Right.
You know.
And that's exactly it. Like it was pretty much his entire year was that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does he have some dirt on him or something? Like,
I think it's a tax scheme,
yeah, it must be.
write off or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I had no idea.
hey, show up for a week and you get a vacation. And
I mean, like with at least Adam Sandler, like he's open about that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, like,
I would much rather support Adam Sandler.
Oh
than
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't.
Brucey. Oh, Bruce.
Bruce, what happened, man?
Bruce, what happened? Yeah. So yeah.
I think this is nuts. So I'm looking at the production companies behind it, and 20th Century was the distributor, but one of the main production companies who are actually making the film was Fortis Productions, which is Sandra Bullock's own production company.
Oh,
So she was not only the star of this, but she, from what it probably looks like, picked the script, said, yeah, let's greenlight this thing, and I'm going to star in this. She knew 100% what was going to happen.
wow.
she still
So
made
read
this.
that script and then was like, I want to be in this movie.
Yeah.
I-
And what's crazy is that this production company, probably with a lot of her influence, made Miss Congeniality, which was huge.
Yep.
Her Floats, which did really nice box office. 2 Weeks Notice also did very well. Miss Congeniality too. And then you get All About Steve, and that was in 2009. Okay, so they had been steadily making movies between 98 and 2009.
Mm.
After that, they took a 12-year hiatus.
Wow.
They came back with The Unforgivable, and now this year's The Lost City.
Oh, so
yeah.
okay, Lost City. So
Lost
she
City
produced
has
Lost
a
City.
chance.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The Lost City has a shot, but it like obviously Sandra Bullock was fine as an actress and continued to work, but her production company completely lost the wind behind its sails for 12 years.
That's kind of
They were
wild,
selling.
actually. Wow.
So
That's
I'm looking
nuts.
at the
And I-
Metascore and I'm looking at some of the reviews. Toronto, the Globe and Mail gave this a 75 out of 100.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And just to show how much St. Louis sucks, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch gave it 50 out of 100. So St. Louis, you suck.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Tone
75
doesn't like the
50.
blues.
And then after that, Ebert's the next one with 38, which feels a little more forgiving.
Well, right. Well, that was one that was calculated from a 1.5 stars,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There you
that
go.
feels
Yeah.
more right.
Okay.
So St. Louis gave it a 2.5, and then what, a 4 out of 5 for Toronto
Mm.
Globe and Mail?
Mm.
Yeah. So
Well, what a lovely movie, Mike. Thank you for taking one for the team and just
Yeah.
got
Thank you for sharing with us.
yeah, it took a while because I needed to take a break in
Yeah.
between.
3.5, an hour and a half movie turned to 3.5 hours.
Yep, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I
get
went
it.
to bed at like 3 a.m. yesterday because that's what I did. Yeah.
because that's what I did.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Game for a Movie. I've been your host, Mike, joined by
Mitchell.
Andre.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Game for a Movie.
Bye, guys.
Where were you when those kids fell into that hole? Where were you when Sandra Bullock fell in there too?
Ooh, love it. Song gets me so emotional every time.